Hello and welcome to Bricks and Bits, episode 93. Every week, I swear to God, they grow up so fast. 93. Also, for people asking when it's going to go on iTunes and Apple Podcast, that's the same thing. iTunes and Spotify or whatever. I want to do it for episode 100, so look for that. So I want to get them all on there for that, and then be like, now they're here. So you can stop asking in the comments. But anyway, our guest this week, the beautiful Blaine of Blaine's World.
That's right.
Alliteration.
Is your comment in spot? Is your name in spot? Is it? There's a thing called Blaine's World, right? Isn't that like a thing with you that you have to deal with? Like Blaine's World is like a previous thing that's not in the Lego world.
Blaine's World is Wayne's World.
Wayne's World is the movie.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, very relatable.
I got you. I forgot. I couldn't remember because I googled Blaine's World or whatever to find the picture of you, and there was like nothing. It was just all like movie pictures, and I was like, ah.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah, sorry. You gotta work on your SEO. I know a guy.
Definitely.
Anyway, yeah. So Blaine, for people that don't know, runs a Bricklink store. Used to be a Lego store employee, and now runs a Lug as well. So he's multifaceted. Mr. Worldwide.
He runs everything.
Awesome.
Yeah. What rank are you as largest Bricklink store? Just to get that out there. Do you know off the top of your head? I'm curious.
In the world, I'm not sure, but in the U.S., I'm in the top 50. I think I'm at like 35,
that's
37,
that's
somewhere in that range. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Justin, I can get you a tour.
Hey, it might happen. We'll see. No. David does the room tours of other people, which I hope he comes back to mine because I gotta clean up mine. Fudge.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me go in your room. It was that bad.
I know.
No, I didn't even want to film it. You wouldn't even let me inside.
The embarrassment level.
It is, but when I go back up, I was working on it before I left, and I'm going to finish it when I come back. And then you can do all the tours you want.
Wonder what he's really working on in there. That's what I want to know.
Secret projects, huh?
Maybe a mock.
Ooh, I don't know. Could be just 2 mocks. His Lego Ideas project comes to fruition.
Leave your speculation in the comments below.
He's building a real human head.
Oh, spoiled it. All right, sorry. I just okay.
Anyway, yeah. So one of the reasons we have Blaine on this week is because it is his 10-year anniversary on Bricklink, which is like that's a lot of you. I mean, I've probably had a Bricklink account that long, but like you've been selling on Bricklink for 10 years, right? Like it's not just like I've had the account 10 years. This is like a huge milestone.
Yeah. So I started in May of 2010, and I was 15 years old. And no, the seller policies were not as strict as they were 10 years ago on Bricklink. You pretty much just made an account and went and listed stuff in your store, and if you had a mistake, somebody would report you for underage. That's about it. Right. So a lot more lenient. So I was in high school, and yeah, for the most part, I did take about a year off. I would say maybe not even a year, maybe like 9 months off, where I just didn't have anything in my store. But the rest of the time, it's been having the store on Bricklink for 10 years. And I would say the first 5 years, first 7 years, maybe even you could count it as just a hobby store, as most people have a Bricklink store to fund their hobby. And then I got a lot more serious within the past, I would say 3 years of, I guess you could say resell a lot more and building up the store and getting out there as much as possible with the parts that I have for the builders.
Yeah, so I know Justin and Greg don't know this, but you basically do this full time at this point. Like, and definitely now during
awesome.
Corona time.
Yeah. So last year, in 2019, I decided to take it more full time. I was struggling with a couple different jobs at the time, and I enjoyed all of my jobs. I was also in real estate and still am in real estate. Just kind of took a back seat.
So you can get us a Lego Clout House for cheap.
Maybe. I can't lie. I have scouted some. Not gonna lie. Florida's a beautiful place. So.
We were thinking Georgia. We want the basement home. We want the basement home theater.
Basement home.
Just can't have that.
Basement homes are good. You can hold more Lego in basement homes.
You can do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I juggled real estate and Lego for a long time, running the store, and then I decided to take a back seat. I was a salesperson. I got my real estate license at 19 and sold for almost 5 years, and then took a back seat on that. I did some more consulting. That's what I still do. I have a staging certification, so I just do a lot of consulting now. So I can stay at home more and still kind of do real estate on the side and focus on Lego and my Bricklink store full time.
May I ask, how old are you now? I must have missed it.
I will be 25 on May 23rd.
Man, you've done a lot in your 25 years.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
impressive.
impressive. Congrats to you,
Yeah.
man.
Yep. Yep.
I was just thinking how awesome it is that
25 years old.
at like 15 you have this store. A lot of kids are like going to get jobs at like the grocery store and stuff and doing things they don't want to do. You're playing with Lego, you're selling Lego. Like, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so the reason I started at 15 was because you couldn't be younger and have a bank account. So I had to wait. So
Oh,
the
that's you just have
anniversary
a
comes.
PayPal and have your dad help you out with the.
You'd have been doing this at like
No,
8 years
no.
old then.
I wanted it full. I wanted it to myself, my name.
That's cool.
So
I
I got a
didn't know.
student like
Self-starter.
account at 15 and linked it with PayPal. So it comes right after my birthday, so that I kind of celebrate my birthday and the anniversary all like the same weekend. So.
Oh man, yeah. I like the ask like like you waited until you were old enough to do it, and you're like, all right, we're going in on it. I wonder if there's any like kids now that are like 14, 15, whatever, or even maybe a little older, because people ask me like, oh, how do I can't get a job, how do I make money? I mean, parting out Lego sets on Bricklink. I mean, while it's probably hard to start, right? Like, it's not the easiest thing to just go into, but if you can figure out how to do it, I mean, you could probably make some decent money doing it on a rather small scale, and then be able
And you
to
can be
afford more
full time
Lego.
by 25. That's also awesome.
Yeah, with a part-time employee
Yeah.
that lives with you.
That's very true. My brother, a lot of people in the Lego community know him as Brick Productions, but we still live together, and we're brothers. So he helps me out when I need extra help. So especially around holiday time, and he'll definitely be working when the sale happens as well. He's gonna get a lot of hours from me, so I know he's gonna be happy about that.
If you need a third employee or second employee, YouTube's not doing so hot, so I just
Mike works third shift there or whatever.
yeah, the graveyard shift.
You're not the only one to inquire about that, Ryan. You may have some
I
competition.
say it jokingly, but yeah. Have you so like how much would you? How often would you say you like actually need help running the store, right? Because like it's not, to me, your store is not huge, right? It's like in a room that's maybe the size of my bedroom. We're gonna look at that in a little bit, but like but I do understand, like, if you get like 20 orders in a day, that's a lot of time to go through and pick all that and, keep up with it. Like, how much time would you say you have, like Anthony, I guess, helping you out in a given week?
Typically he helps me on part outs, on the larger part outs, because I don't even fool with like 1 to 2 set part outs anymore. It's usually in part outs of 5. So
Right.
I would like to do at least 10 of each set when I part out, just to have good selection of lots and the items and the quantity. So I will part out sometimes 50 to 100 sets at a time, and it's good to have that extra help.
Can we remember
so that you just get through it so much
the
faster.
Porsches?
Oh my gosh.
My Target had like a 2. Oh man, we should go into that story. My Target, Christmas 2018 into 19, like over that holiday season, had like 300 Porsches. And what other sets did they have that they, in the Water Striders from Ninjago movie, they had like 150 of those. And they wouldn't, like, so the first time we went there and you bought them, they let you buy them fine. And then like the next day when you went back with your mom or whatever, and they wouldn't let you buy them. They're like, oh no, we can't sell these.
We're cutting you off.
Ooh, yeah.
It was ridiculously high stock. I don't think I've ever seen a discount retail store like Target or Walmart that has had that much stock of 50 to 80% off Lego clearance ever in my entire life.
It was
crazy.
appalling how much was there. It had to be just shipments from like distribution center or something like that they just didn't want to have online, or I don't know, because there's no reason a store should have that many of any one item.
It was crazy, definitely crazy, and I spent a lot of money in those 2 days. But the vlog was good. I think you captured it well. I remember when you called me, you were like, Blaine, you're not gonna believe how much they have. And I was like, okay, like we're talking, like I've seen stock, but then I get there and I'm like, oh my gosh, he wasn't kidding. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's like end cap here, end cap there, just the very nonchalant 50% off, just no big deal. Ooh, yeah, some of those Lego deals were crazy. I kind of miss that. I haven't seen them last year, in like the last year, but I'm like, keep looking for them. That used to be the most viewed vlog, although I knew that was like a thing you really enjoyed having as being the most viewed vlog, but that has since been surpassed, so I apologize.
Records are made to be broken. So.
But yeah, like what are the biggest challenge of being a bricklinker maybe? Like what would you say that maybe like cuz I guess what I would find interesting is like it's very uncertain how much stock you may get, right? So like one year you could happen upon 300 Lego Porsches at 50% off. That's like a gold mine to a Bricklink person, right? But the next year it's dry and there's nothing. Like does that like affect your income, right? Like that would kind of be important, right, to have, some steady flow of cheap stuff. So, like, is that, like, maybe the biggest challenge you run into?
Stock does have something to do with it because I feel like I have a pretty good, strong customer base that kind of looks at my store and favorites their store, and comes back to my store to look for what I have, which is nice to have. It's good to have that. But stock is not too bad because a lot of the Bricklink store sellers get their stock from so many different sources that they always have stock coming in. So if it's dry in one area, you can usually get it somewhere else. So stock is usually not too big of an issue. There are some droughts, I guess you could say, when sets are kind of being flipped sometimes. But for the most part, stock is not too terribly bad. I've been buying a lot on eBay lately, actually. I've been taking advantage of those 5% eBay bucks.
I haven't been getting any of those. I think they know. I don't know about Greg. I want to know Greg and Justin, but I think they know I buy so much on eBay that they don't need to give me 5% off to make me buy.
Yeah, I've never, ever gotten... I haven't gotten one of those for many years. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
It's real sad. I guess they know that if they send it to you, you'll use it, but I wasn't...
Yeah.
I hadn't used it, and then I just keep buying crap, and then they're like, oh, well, I guess you don't need it. We'll just make all the money. It's real sad. Could have used that 5% a few times, to be honest. Would have been nice on that Falcon. Oh my god, that 5% would have gone a long way compared to the measly 1%.
Actually, you want to know what one of the most challenging thing is, and this is for a lot of online business owners or people that are just in business for themselves, is vacation time and how you manage out your time because if you leave, a lot of times you have to close your store. And you don't want to because that's income that's coming in every day. Like, how much income you're losing per day.
Right.
So it can be hard if you're not going to a Lego convention, then it can be hard to kind of figure out how much vacation time you want and how much you want to leave the store closed. And if you have employees, who to leave behind. So I think that could be a challenge
Anthony,
for stores.
You can't come on the family vacation this summer. You gotta stay back and man the store.
Yeah. Because you if you close your store, it's just like closing any
selling
store.
Anything. Yeah. That makes. I mean, the difference is, I guess, for us YouTube people, we can just make videos ahead of time. You can't ship orders or sell things ahead of time like
right.
that.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely. And it never stops. There. When you're sleeping on the East Coast, the buyers in Asia are buying. So time frame. There's always somebody on looking at your store. It never stops. The orders never stop coming in, so it's always consistent. So sometimes holidays, you just get over it and keep going. But like I said, that's not just Bricklink store owners. That's a lot of independent contractors or people in business for themselves. I think that's a huge challenge for a lot of people self-employed.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's something I hadn't really considered, is that you do have to, I mean, I guess the other option, you can leave your store open, right, and just say the orders will be shipped in 7 days or whatever the time period.
You can, but that can be risky. People never read announcements.
Right.
It's nice if they do, but they'll, kind of bypass that big font announcement that says, I will be returning and shipping orders on this day. And then they'll put an express mail shipment or priority mail shipment in. And then they ask after the fact, the order. So sometimes it's easier just to close the store and move on. Or if it's just a couple of days, put a delay. I mean, both work, but.
Absolute buffoons. So if you guys want to take a look at, so the Brickwiz did a tour of your Lego store here. I want everyone to look at it, and if you guys have any questions about it, because I'm curious what Greg and Justin think about it, because I've seen it, I've been there, but just from outsiders' point of view, I'm curious what they think of your store. 750,000 parts, not bad.
I'm looking.
Decent.
Yeah, it's a little low right now, actually.
A little low. We're low tide.
I noticed you don't sell sealed sets.
Don't.
So
Very good observation.
Yeah, so what's the so you think it's just a better thing to just part out sealed sets?
Well, originally I actually thought flipping sets was better, sitting on them, and this actually kind of went back to my time at the Lego store. I noticed after the kind of the Lego movie boom, a lot of people really started diverting more to mock building, and of course people still buy Lego sets, but a lot more people were building and needing parts on their own. So I would say
Interesting.
probably 2015, 16, I pretty much simplified my store and said, okay, I'm just going to sell parts and minifigures, because by doing that, you part out and you definitely don't have to keep all these big boxes where you have
Right.
to keep all your sealed sets. I also think that you put yourself at lower risk for feedback, and because people will receive a sealed set and it'll be damaged and they want to resell it and then they blame it on you, and people get kind of weird with their sealed sets sometimes,
Hey,
and the value.
I know what it's like. You want that perfect box, I'll tell you.
Definitely. So, sealed sets also were kind of, in my opinion, losing their value, because what happened, I think, back in the early 2010s, I think the buying sealed sets and flipping it was still kind of a secret. And
The
as we
Lego
got
is
into,
more valuable than gold article. It's just
yeah,
blew the cap
as
off
we
that
got
one.
into middle of 2000, like 15, 16, I think a lot more people started catching
So
on. People started buying up these sets, and then the supply started getting higher. And the demand is always there, but it took, a year, 2 years for that set value to really increase. When why would I sit on a set for a year or 2 years
right.
when I can just part it out and get some of that income back right then and there?
So you say this, and it was actually something I've kind of noticed and picked up a lot on lately about the like sealed sets. Not some of these sealed Star Wars, the Clone Wars sets, and other things like that from like 2014, 2015 have just skyrocketed in the last like year. And Star Wars Rebels, it's been ridiculous. Like some of the values for some of those sealed sets, where it would obviously be like, well, if you had held on to those, you would have made a killing versus what you probably made parting them out. Like it's impossible to know, unfortunately, what sets will pop off and be worth 400% their value, but you definitely could miss out on opportunities like that. And any like you regret opening and parting out?
No, a long time ago when Lord of the Rings was still on the shelf, I would be parting out Helm's Deeps. It's crazy to think that, but one thing is sealed sets will go up in value. It's just a matter of when. Parting
Right.
out, though, there's certain parts that are unique to only a couple sets, and the same thing with minifigures. Remember that you still have your minifigures when you part out, and as you all have probably seen here recently, Lego Star Wars just sets and minifigures have skyrocketed in value on Bricklink, and you
Mhm.
hold on to those minifigures, and they're almost as good as holding on to the set. I mean, like the Admiral Thrawn minifigure, I just checked on Bricklink not too long ago, has skyrocketed to like
It
$30-$35.
it
That's as
is
much
I
as the
have that
set was,
set sealed. Yes, 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 yes.
and the set's like 50 or 60. And
it
so,
Oh. Same
I
with the Duel of Fates, I call it, the one with the Darth Maul and
yes.
yeah, that one I have
mm,
sealed too, and that one went up, and I'm like, ah.
But
But
you're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
open it.
sell them, Justin.
I know, I know, I know. I like having it
It's
like
like,
rare set, but yeah, when I don't sell Legos, so it's like, what's the point? But it's rarer.
well, I bought
Okay,
this for
I'm probably gonna open them
$20, and
now.
now it's worth 70. So I
Yeah, and
feel
I'm going to
better
devalue
about
it
it.
by millions, opening it up. So, oh well.
Damn. Hmm. But yeah, a lot of stuff like that. It's like, well, you could have not opened it, but yeah, it's I guess in
yeah,
the
I mean,
grand scheme of
there's
things, it's
still
better to
people that make
just
great money, flipping sets. By no means, I don't think it's a bad business to be in. It's just there's so much less upkeep, I guess, with just parts and minifigures, in
Mhm.
my opinion. I really have a store that looks good and looks very appealing to mock builders, I guess you could say. And you get more feedback because more
yeah.
orders
So you have
because
your
it's
target
parts, not sealed.
audience. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because for me, I go in your
Exactly.
store and I'd be like, well, where are the sets? That's all I want.
That's me because it's like when I see the Bricklink stores and I'm like, oh, there's only parts. I'm like, oh, I guess next Bricklink store.
Next,
But I'm not a mock builder, so I'm just a collector. So, yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, I need those sets. And you have no Star Wars minifigs right now. It's real bad. So explain
So,
to everyone what you do for your store anniversary, because usually you'll do it in March. It'll be like the March 3rd sale,
yep.
right?
Hmm.
But this year for your 10-year anniversary, you push it back 2 months, and you're doing so you do a yearly big sale. What is this year's big sale? Because it'll go up,
This
actually. This
year's,
podcast will go up during the sale on Sunday.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah. So, typically I do a sale. It starts out, I don't really do just all these sales throughout the year. I think it just, Memorial Day sales and 4th of July sales. I usually have like maybe two sales and one big one. Typically every year I do my March 3rd and then my anniversary sale. And anniversary is usually just putting some stuff on discount, but the March 3rd is more of like a YouTuber celebration. So I try to reward the YouTubers that buy from me because I know that they have a big audience and they like to shout me out and promote the store. So I kind of give back to them a little bit, and that's why I chose the March sale for that. But this year it's a little different. I pretty much combine the anniversary sale with that sale, and this is open to everyone. And this is a huge, instead of me doing just a mega giveaway, I thought it'd be more fun to not only like build upon the sale that I've been doing over the past few years and make it even better. So buying figs that I won't even make any money on some of the things that I add into these waves that I'm going to have. So I'll release a wave of deals every hour on the hour that it's a free for all. Anybody that can, get them into their cart and buy it, it's all for them.
Right.
And it's some of the stuff is just a celebration. It's kind of like a giveaway, but then again, it's not. And people love it because they're getting cheap minifigures, and I like it because it drives people to my store, and it feels like a celebration to me because I think 10 years is definitely a celebration.
There's stuff you're absolutely losing money on. So I pulled up on your Instagram for the people watching the podcast so they can see. Like, you're going to be selling a Davy Jones minifigure for $25. I only recently became aware that this figure is worth like 75 plus. Like, you're not making money on that, but you're creating a customer for life, probably, whoever buys that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean they'll be back, and I think this goes for any business, but repeat business is huge. I mean, once you get them to favorite your store, and they add you to the top of their wanted list, they're going to look at your store over a lot of the other stores. So I think it's huge. I think you never underestimate the value of repeat buyer, and I tell that to some of the people that ask for Bricklink advice too. Lot limits and adding all these fees and all that on your store. Sometimes it's worth filling the $5 order because that person may come back and place a $200 order, and the next time they come around your store, they're so impressed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I use that kind of formula the same way I do with the sale. If I do things that I maybe just break even on, and I don't break even on everything on my store, that's for sure, but one day a year, there's a couple things I break even on. Now, some of this stuff I've been sitting on a long time, so it's still profit. It's just not as much. But some stuff I break even on, maybe I lose a little, like $5. I can deal with that just to have a good time because it's fun just watching the chaos.
Right. So that's all happening. You guys can check that out. That may have already happened depending on when you're listening to this. But if you're watching this before like 11 a.m. on Sunday, the time to strike is now on Blaine's store. We'll have it linked down below. But you have an interesting past, like we kind of covered. You used to be a Lego store employee for a few years at what might be the worst performing Lego store ever. I don't know if that's a stretch or not, but they don't close very often. And the store you worked at did eventually close. I don't know if there's any correlation there or not, but it did happen. So. Okay, so you mentioned this too. What are you I just want to know. I think people want to know, what are your craziest memories from working there? Because most people would think Lego store is a pretty straight up job, but you hear some things just that makes
Lego store is interesting. So this Lego store actually performed very well in customer service. It's one of the top customer service performing stores actually in the entire company. I think this is rumored. I have no idea. I don't have any facts behind this, but based on my understanding, the reason it closed was something with the mall lease or crime in that area was getting really bad, and Lego, they weren't really like making any more sales past their threshold, so Lego just decided not to renew that lease for whatever reason. But that's just what I know, because you don't see Lego stores close that often, so it was very interesting. But yeah, being a Lego store employee, first of all, it's very fun. I encourage anybody to apply at Lego Brand Retail. It's definitely an experience, and it's a really good job. But it's definitely not just standing there selling Lego. I mean, there's, Lego runs their company like any other company is ran, and there's a lot of fun. So we had like mystery shops when I was there, and those were rough because you never knew when they were going to walk through that door and keep you on your toes.
Oh, but, the mystery shoppers. Ooh.
Yeah, so mystery shoppers and the customer surveys. By the way, if you go to the Lego store and the Lego store employee tells you to fill out the survey, that's important. A lot of the managers look at that. Sometimes the district manager will take a look at it. I mean, it's pretty important. So give your store positive reviews.
I was going to ask Justin and Greg if they've ever filled out Lego employee.
I haven't.
Never have. It's kind of sad though. Like when it comes to that kind of stuff, you're more likely to fill something out if it's a negative experience versus a positive one. I've only ever had positive experiences.
Exactly.
There are times where I had such great positive experiences. I should have done it. I've never get myself on the computer to do it.
Yeah, but if you're really mad, you might have though, right?
Yeah, I still don't think I've ever. I mean, even the Stranger Things thing, I didn't do it. I guess I get my point across in other ways, but yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. I guess if I was a angry mom, I would have done it, but yeah,
Yep.
I'm not a mom, so don't have that going for me.
Not yet.
Unfortunate, not yet. One of these days, I'll fulfill my dream, of becoming a mother. Oh yeah, but yeah. So I like the secret shopper idea. Were there any do the secret shoppers just come in and act normal? Like they're just hey, we were looking for a set for our kid, or do they come in and give you a scenario?
Sometimes you would be able to tell, especially like your manager or someone that's been there a long time. I mean, they can identify the mystery shopper sometimes pretty quickly. But sometimes they'll get you right on a shift change. Sometimes they'll get you on a Saturday where you're more busy. So you definitely always have to be on your toes, and they'll let you know. Kind of, you'll know because sometimes you'll get a certain amount per month when they're coming by. But you could tell sometimes their value had to be over a certain amount. But it just Lego, keeping everyone on their standards of promoting the brand. And I definitely think working for Lego brand retail, you get to see the consumer side of Lego, because being in the Lego hobby and learning all these technical terms, and a lot of us now look at this set and dissect every little thing in that Lego set, and that's what we do. We're AFOLs. That's how we are. But sometimes the consumer side, you look at what's appealing and what sells and how they sell their product and the colorful boxes, and you get to see kind of the corporate side of Lego, which is really fascinating.
Haunted Mansion.
But you get to see the corporate side of Lego, and it's very interesting to see their perspective on how they not only treat the customer, but how they sell their brand. And you get to see the people that really don't know much about Lego that come into the store and are buying stuff almost blindly, and you're there to help them a little bit. So you get to see that. But definitely you get, you're dealing with a lot of kids there too in the store. So kids are great because a lot of them just kind of tell it like it is while they're in the store. So they will definitely give you their opinion on something, whether they like it or not. You get to deal with the resellers. You get to deal with the parents that have temper tantrums because of whatever reason.
Can we rewind? Is there a reason kids aren't great at Lego stores, maybe?
Kids are kids, so sometimes they have short attention spans. Sometimes the parents aren't watching the kids correctly. So the Lego store is not a babysitter. There's been times, I mean, at the Lego store, we'd have to call the mall security because parents would leave their kids in there for like 5 hours.
At what point do you realize, hey, I keep seeing the same kid over and over again?
I have to put him in there, let him start building something. He'll be good for a couple hours.
It's not a terrible idea. I can see why parents might think it's okay if they're not the brightest. But yeah, it seems like the kind of place that would be safe to leave your kid of all the places in the mall. So sure. I get it, I guess, but
I don't know.
Now you said to me earlier that there was a certain kid who had to go to the bathroom, maybe?
Oh yeah, so
oh no.
In the store.
There's a kid that the play brick is there and it's open for everyone to touch and play.
Do other things.
Well, this kid had to go to the bathroom. He pulled down his pants and peed right into the play brick.
No.
Yeah.
He thought it was
right
a litter
there.
box or something.
Right in the middle of the store.
Oh
wow.
My God.
So you will have very, very interesting situations, and usually the parents are so embarrassed they just pick them up and run. There's kids that run around the store. I've seen kids run and fall and trip and hit their head on something, and then it gets kind of cringe because you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But,
crying child alert.
People trying to steal. There are people that steal from Lego, and
famously, I found out through Kevin Hinkle when he was on our podcast ages ago that Lego stores don't have security cameras, and that I guess I just never noticed that they didn't have them because I think it's pretty obvious if you look at the ceiling that they're not there. But that to me was so fascinating. I was like, that's such a weird thing for a business to do, but it's kind of cool in that way that Legos doesn't want to make their customers feel weird about. I don't know. But yeah, so what kind of stuff would I mean, I would assume like CMFs and stuff that like probably just kids taking them would maybe be a thing that you would lose a lot. Like, or is there anything huge that you lost? Because I know Kevin's thing was a Star Destroyer, and that was kind of weird.
Yeah, so usually it's the smaller things, things that people can put in their pocket, whatever. Sometimes a kid steals it, and then the parent comes back so embarrassed or mad and gets upset and brings them back into the store and tells them to. Sometimes they have to apologize to the Lego employee for their punishment of stealing from Lego.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty good. One time, a guy walked in. I don't know why our store was like this. I don't know why Lego doesn't look at this more on their layouts, but not adding your really high valued sets at the front of the store. Like, I understand why it's there, like your displays, but I'm saying the sealed stuff.
Yeah, I know. What you mean.
And I understand their layouts. Like, this would never hold up in an argument to them. But this guy walked in, and the way our store is set up, or this store was set up, it's very, it's a smaller store. So the door is really close to the shelf. Well, this guy, I guess he was just checking to see if we were aware, and we're always looking. Lego employees are very aware, especially in the smaller stores. We always are looking.
Yeah,
And
I almost feel weird because obviously we go to the Disney Springs store a lot. I almost feel weird going in the smaller stores because it's like a one-on-one, and it's like it's just a little awkward. Most people are probably used to that, but I walk in and I'm just like, it's foreign to me that like that they could just watch me the whole time. Not that like I have anything to hide, obviously, but it just feels different. But yeah.
Yeah. And one of the reasons the mystery shops does that too, because you have to greet them when they come through the door, or they'll mark off.
Okay.
So, and there's other things that you have to do to like, stay in touch with them, helping them. So the mystery shops definitely keep you on your toes, but there's other stuff that keeps you on your toes as well. But one guy just walked in, and he walks in, picks up a tumbler, a Batman tumbler, and then just walks out.
Well, he's probably did
Picked it up and walked
in-store
out.
pickup.
No, well, that's one way of doing it. Pickup.
Yeah, definitely.
Really quick in-store pickup. But yeah, and he was just kind of testing to see if we were watching, because if we weren't watching, he would have just walked right off with the tumbler.
Oh, was it one of your secret shoppers?
No,
Oh
just
no,
a random.
So
customer.
wait, he was just
Whoa.
testing you, or like he was trying to get away? I'm confused.
That's what you say when
was
you get
trying to
caught.
get
I was
away
just
with it.
testing you.
Yeah, so like he walked by and walked into the door, picked up the set, and immediately walked out. It was very quick.
Right.
And so the guy I was working with kind of chased after him and was like, "Hey, are you going to pay for that?" And he was like, "Oh, I thought I did." And he was like, "No, you have to pay for it." So he brought it back to the store or whatever.
Did he pay for it?
No, he didn't pay for it.
Oh,
What'd he do?
That
What'd
would
he
be
say?
so funny.
So
Okay,
he just
go
walked
ahead.
it back to the store, and he said, "You have to put it back." And he was like, "Are you going to pay for it?" He's like, "No." And then we were like, "Okay, well, then you need to just go do that."
Holy crud.
Oh man, I would
Yeah.
love. I would never steal anything, but my scenario with that is you guys would chase me down, and you would ask me if I was going to pay for it, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah," and then hand you the money on the spot. Keep going. I like that scenario. That's funny. But yeah, oh man, yeah.
It takes a lot of guts to do something like that,
Yeah,
just to walk in there.
that is fascinating that people are just
Yeah.
that brave about
It's
it.
one
I
thing
guess.
like you're standing there and you're hiding stuff in your coat and you walk around for a bit, then you leave. But like just randomly walk in and grab a giant set and walk out is like next level.
Yeah.
Very bold.
Yeah.
That's the way to
But
do it. I
you know what
guess.
was interesting too? You get to see the resellers, and there's some clearly like obvious resellers that come into the Lego store. And this was back, obviously before Lego owned
So
Bricklink.
when I buy 100 Final First Battle Packs, that's gonna be a red flag
at the store,
at the store.
they're gonna have a limit on those.
Oh.
You know they will.
Oh.
You know they will.
Hey, you're coming first
Come on.
day with me. We're all going.
It sounds good.
Anyway,
buy some too,
continue. Yeah.
But the resellers, would, and you understand, like, yeah, okay, I'm a reseller, like, but then again, your typical AFOL is a reseller if you really want to get detailed, because everyone's bought and resold Lego.
Sure.
A lot of times it's to fund their hobby. But you definitely would see the resellers come in that would complain about, not getting their extra gift with purchase, or hey, slip me, another poly bag in. I just bought this, and they complain and threaten the negative feedback. So you got to see kind of the nasty resale side too. So you understand a little bit like what Lego means by that, and people trying to come in and break the set limits, people changing hats and shirts and coming back in the same day, trying to get the same set.
Did you call them out? Like if they changed their hats or shirts, like were you like you're the same guy or like what?
It depends. It depends on kind of the set and what it was, how limited and exclusive. Because Lego doesn't really send their stores as much product, I think, as much a lot of people think. And you're not you're not controlled over controlling all that inventory for everybody to get one. But sometimes we would definitely question it and say, hey, you were in here earlier. And same thing with people returning stuff. People return stuff that would be like in a Lego box, but it'd be Mega Blocks when you open the box and try to return it for the set value.
Oof. How would you guys double check it?
Oh, the box would be open, so we would open it and be like, oh, okay, let's see what you're returning. Oh, it was missing, because they'd be like, oh, it's missing pieces or something, and we'd be like, this is Mega Blocks. This is not even a Lego.
It's missing all the pieces.
Yeah. They'd get mad, but you obviously couldn't accept that return because it really wasn't.
They'd get mad like they didn't know.
People are scummy.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. I didn't know that people would do the Mega Block thing and try to get away with that with a box you could just open in front of them, and then they'd get
do that at Walmart too.
I've heard people tell me like, oh, I got rocks in my Lego set or whatever. Like I've gotten those comments before. I've never.
It's happened to me where I bought a set and like. No, it was a Yu-Gi-Oh thing actually. I bought a Yu-Gi-Oh tin and it was repackaged.
Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah. Come on, hey. The Yu-Gi-Oh community is just as big as the Lego. Actually, no, it's not. But whatever.
It's a stretch. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh movie though. I remember seeing that. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So how many? So you know the inventory. How many Final First Battle Packs does Disney Springs get? First day.
I don't know about Disney Springs. They get more than the typical store because they're what's called a flagship store.
They are.
And yeah, so they will get more, but Lego usually sends them. This is always a problem I've had with Lego, even when I worked at the store. To me, and there's got to be a reason behind this. Lego's smart when they do this, but every time we'd have these new releases, they'd send us like maybe like at the time it was like the 212 Battle Pack,
sure.
And they'd send us like 20, and that was supposed to last us the whole week, and it's like. Okay, we know this is going to sell out this weekend.
I mean, like, someone's going to even the first day. Multiple people will come in and buy 5.
Right.
Just off the bat.
So, and they've done better as far as having multiple shipments come. And remind you, it's been 4 or 5 years since I worked at the Lego company, so some of this stuff has probably changed. I know that their shipments come in a lot more frequently now, to where the store doesn't have a lot of back stock. They just get their shipments in and kind of put them right onto the shelves. And stores are different based off the flagship stores and kind of who's running that. But that was always something that was like, wait, you got people lined out the door and you're selling out the first day, which is great.
Because my scenario for the 5 First Battle Pack was that Brick Fair, all before Corona, obviously, Brick Fair Virginia was going to happen. August 1st would be the first day of Brick Fair Virginia. A ton of people show up to the Lego store around there, and then they only have 20 of them. That is the worst case scenario had that happened. So that's kind of funny to me that they don't give you a lot, or at least previously didn't. Obviously, it's been a while. But you also mentioned the third kind of mark here we have is logistics. What do you have? What are your gripes with the logistics, or positives, I guess, with the logistics of Lego stores?
Logistics. It's a lot of things that people don't realize. Like we have the brand ribbon that goes around. That's kind of like at your waist for most adults. For kids, it's usually right at their eye level. So they get to look in, and you got like the little pop-up displays, but that always has to be updated. You have like your at the top of the wall, like stacking your Lego sets have to be certain ways to make it look appealing. So it gets pretty technical in like the logistical side of Lego and running the store. And I think some people don't realize that a lot of those displays have to be changed out. And every time that you put like your models in the cases, they have to tell a scene, kind of like Lego Masters, how they kind of push for their Lego creations to always kind of tell a scene. And it's kind of the same way in the Lego store. You're really selling Lego really wants you to pick up the box and look at it, because they want it to be inviting and colorful, and they want to show you all the features of those sets. Really do. And it starts with just all the displays when you first look at the store, of all those displays being on sale and on display. and then walking in and seeing the brand ribbon is what they call it, and the nicely stacked Lego sets on the shelves, and even like on our shipments and stuff, the way that we would bring in our shipments, they come in on pallets for shipments, and I'll tell you that there's always a damaged shipment, and it's never like the Lego Chima sets. It's always like the UCS Star Destroyer sets that would be completely damaged, like a whole pallet of them. It'd be a nightmare. We get some interesting damage sets though.
Then you give the five extra VIP points for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, man.
Throwing out those VIP points like crazy.
Huge discount. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a whole logistical side of Lego that I think people don't realize that. And then your visuals, you'd have a visual display and setting up like the new winter stuff and all like the wraparounds on the stuff to make everything just kind of come together in the store, and managing the inventory, because, and especially in the smaller stores, you would have sets that you would still have like discontinued or on its way out that the bigger stores wouldn't have because they don't have as many customers. And then Lego would send you all these new sets and you have to find room for all of them on the shelf, and there's only so much shelf space. So very interesting logistical stuff, I think, from the Lego company and how they do business. But I definitely learned a lot. That's what helped me with my Bricklink store and helped me with just learning Lego, in general, because I had the hobby side and I had the resale side, I guess, but then learning that from the Lego store also was really helpful to see the corporate side.
It's honestly one job I wish I had the opportunity to do, is like a Lego retail thing, like for maybe a year. Like I wish I had done it like 5 years ago. Like I think that would have been a really cool experience to have had. Like obviously now that would never work. Like I could never. They probably wouldn't hire me because I'm me, and two, being me would be a distraction to a lot of people that come in the store, and it just. It wouldn't work, but it would have been a really cool experience I've had, and I'm kind of jealous of that.
It's a great place to work.
Plus 50% off doesn't hurt.
And you get your holiday sets.
Yeah.
Usually they give you a nice little Christmas thing. They definitely take care of their employees, and it's a great place to work. Really good experience. I recommend anybody to apply at Lego Brand Retail.
Yeah. Justin, you gonna do it? I mean, I know you live closer.
No.
Justin can pull it off.
No, I'm good.
No one would even know it's you. You
will
can do it.
Right.
Hey, working under anybody. I do not like working for people.
Have you ever?
I have, yes. Once.
Can you say what it was?
Well, it was a startup. My friend had a startup, like a legit startup, and I did not like being told what to do and everything like that. So
waking up before noon.
Yeah, having responsibility of showing up. Hey, even with this thing, I was trying to push this at 7:30. You know me. I'm always too late.
I'll tell you the worst part about actually having like real jobs or whatever. Like when I would do plumbing for my grandpa, I'd have to be up at like 6:45 a.m. like in the summer, and it was just that was the roughest part of it all. Just getting up early. Yeah, that's the worst.
Justin, did this startup turn into anything, or did it flop?
He's
like his name was Mark Zuckerberg, and it turned into a big thing.
I lost millions. No.
I couldn't quit.
No, that my friend who got me in on that is like he didn't go to college. He wasn't the best at high school, but he's like a tech genius with like tech, and he's making like so much more money, and he's my age, and like he got it so well. So in a way it did succeed, but I'm so happy for him. He's one of my best buds. But
that's good.
He's a great tech whiz. So in a way it did work, but I quit though.
How long did you last there?
It was like a year actually. I think it was a year. I had to do like I was like a CFO or CEO. I don't remember what, not CEO, CFO or something, like one of those. Not chief financial. So it was
top man.
I think I was COO. I was COO.
That's crazy.
And but I just did not. I don't like working for people and stuff like that. So that's not for me.
That's kind of cool though. Huh. So final kind of Blaine topic here. You also started a lug, like a legitimate lug, Empire lug. Oh, is he here? Oh, there you are. What inspired you to start a lug? It's been a couple years, right? 2017 it started. Was that right?
2018. September. Officially started Labor Day of 2018.
Not even 2 years yet. Wow.
I think it was September 3rd. Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, which is crazy. It feels like longer. I don't know why. I think because we've done so much in that.
Yeah, I haven't known you very long.
It's
weird. It's weird. I feel like I've known you for years, but I've known you for less than 2 years, I think.
It was Brick Fair. You didn't go to Virginia 17, so it was Virginia
It was
18.
2018. Yeah, I've known you less than 2 years. That's
Yeah.
insane to me. But
Yep,
yeah, because
definitely.
that's right when you were gonna start the log too. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So the idea actually crossed my mind in February of 2018. Surprisingly, it didn't launch until September. I had this idea. I had this idea of creating another Star Wars lug. I was looking at the way kind of Star Wars was going with all the
Movies and
movies,
shows.
all the episodes.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
it's still going
there's a,
crazy. It's gonna get even better.
there's a whole nother generation of Star Wars builders coming, and they're on their way, right? I mean, it's happening. The Star Wars is not slowing down. If anything, it's just gaining more momentum. And I'm
Right.
like, we really need more, not just lugs, but just communities and individuals into Lego Star Wars. And I felt like the Lego Star Wars community kind of needed that. And they needed another group to kind of come in and just balance it out, just kind of sit there and also have a huge, strong presence online as well, and kind of usher in a new generation of Lego Star Wars builders, because they're going to be coming into the community. So I played around with that idea a little bit. In February, I reserved kind of the name for Empire Lug. I thought Empire is my favorite faction in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
Pretty cool.
Empire Lug was just like, man, this is cool. Like, you could really build like a community around the Empire. Like there's so much you can do with the Empire, I felt like. So I held on to it, kind of sat on it for a while. I felt like I was able to, I had the credentials to run a group like that, because I was also in a auxiliary unit for the Air Force, which was called Civil Air Patrol. And I was a squadron commander, so I ran about 20 to 25 members, and they were all between the ages of 12 all the way up to 18 to 20. So I had experience running a nonprofit community organization, which is what that was.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. Like this, I know Lego. I'm pretty good with Lego. I can start something up like this. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So I just kind of sat on it for a while, and then Brick Fair Virginia 2018 came around. And I was talking to everybody, and they were like, man, it'd be cool to have like an Empire lug. That sounds really awesome. And so I made a decision in that August, right after Brick Fair. I got some other people on board. I got Chris Productions. He wanted to join in on the fun, and Matt, the Brick Whiz, was like, man, that sounds cool. My brother Anthony, Brick Productions. Noah H2 Brick. We had Peter, Lego Spartan. I mean, all these cool guys that were just, man, the Lego Star Wars community needs this. We need another group.
Yeah.
So we officially launched on September 3rd of 2018. We've been around about, I don't know, I guess about 18 months, I guess now. And it feels like a lot longer, but we've grown to either 45 or 46 members in that time frame. And it's not really so much the members, but it's more of just what we've accomplished in general. Like just
a lot of collaborations and stuff. That's always the cool stuff. I wanted to say it's interesting that you started it right after Brick Fair Virginia, and because like Justin doesn't do conventions, but maybe Greg can kind of relate to this. Like after you leave a Lego convention, every year, every time I've ever been to a Lego convention, when you leave that place, that is your peak of inspiration there. You are like ready to take on the world of Lego after you leave a convention. You're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to make this video, I want to build this mock. Like you just like your mind is in a million places, and it's amazing. Like that is quite the high of like right after a convention. So I that probably had to have helped you out there, push you in the direction.
You meet so many people. I mean, it's just
insane.
crazy how many people that you meet and how many connections you make. And I would recommend anybody listening that hasn't already been to a Lego convention to definitely attend a Lego convention, especially the larger ones. They're all great, but Brick Fair Virginia, Brickworld Chicago,
yeah,
those conventions are really great. You just meet so many people and create so many connections that you never would have.
Yeah, I was gonna say you meet people that you never would have imagined meeting, and like it's also like people that are maybe online but like in small capacities or whatever. Like they're there in person, and it's really cool to hang out in that space.
Oh, definitely.
So
yeah, those people help you grow your business.
With the I went to Star Wars Celebration. It was one of the few conventions
that doesn't count.
I was going to say, I know you say it doesn't count, but I made connections there. I never thought I would make connections.
Like
I have friends from. Well, I hung out with people. I made friends there. We had a whole side. I had a whole side story separate from yours, right?
Okay.
I met a lot of people there, and heck, I think was that the first time I met. I guess David was there, and
You met Ross?
Joe
You meet
was
Ross?
there.
Yeah, Joe.
Ross was there. Yeah, so I met some of you guys too, you know. But I guess that was after I first met you.
Okay,
Ryan,
it
right?
partially counts, but that's not a
I
Lego
know.
convention. A Lego like okay, so Star Wars Celebration was it was a thing, all right, and it's hard to explain how different a Lego convention is to that. Like, it's just not the same. I can't even. Yeah, it's so different. It's the Lego convention thing is like a chill, like 5 days in a giant room with surrounded by Lego. There's not a billion people most of the time, which is the advantage, I would say. So, and it's all people that are like interested in what you're. I guess the Star Wars thing would be everyone's interested in Star Wars, but this is like very focused on what you're into mostly, if that makes sense. And then everyone's kind of sectioned off with their themes and everything. So there's that. I did want to say on your website, you should probably make some updates under your 2020 conventions. It says you'll be at Brickworld Chicago in June and Brick Fair Virginia in August. I think it's time to
He's
to
holding
say
out hope.
goodbye. I know.
Chicago definitely is out. Virginia may happen. We're
Are
going to
you
hear
gonna
an
go
announcement from that
if
on
it even
June
happens?
2nd. Well, I have to go. Well, I
No,
don't
you
have
don't
to,
have to
but
go.
I want to go because not only am I Empire Log, first of all, is going to have is planning on having a massive display at Brick Fair, Virginia, because everybody's bringing their large scale mod.
Well,
But also, the Star Wars theme lead. I'm really looking forward to that too, and kind of helping out Todd with that, and helping everybody set up in Star Wars. So I don't know. I've just been looking forward to Virginia, so I'm holding out.
I mean, I get it. I might. I mean, if y'all are gonna go, I might go. But I'm very wary of doing that. Like, would you go, Greg, if it happens?
This year?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's...
No, I mean, I think it'd be awesome, and obviously I was let down when Philly was canceled. But like to be in a place with that many people, maybe you're all wearing masks, which would help. But dude, you're just kind of putting yourself at risk for that.
I know, and even then, most of the people that I would think would normally be there won't be there. Nobody from overseas would, I could imagine.
Yeah, but you think about this, like you got people coming from all over the place, congregating in this one location. It's going to be like a breeding ground for stuff.
Yeah, to me, it's just a wash this year, which is unfortunate. I mean, I've basically mentally decided I'm not going to go, even if it does happen. And I'm like, there's the 1% of me. It's like, but I could go. It's like, no.
If it does happen, there's literally going to be no one there.
That's the other thing is that, like, yeah, no one's going to show up, right? Like, there's not going to be like everyone's going to be too scared to go. So it's a shame. It's a real shame. But
I mean, I would love to go, but I mean, I already have the expectation it's going to be canceled or postponed. I just wish it wasn't, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but I know a lot of people are just like, you guys are just like, they don't want to fool with all that. They don't want to go, and then they're like, "Oh, my friends aren't going to be there." So it's
it's
definitely
a shame.
Understand that.
Speaking of going places, though, last week after the podcast last week, the next morning, Justin and I and Derek from Pro Lego Channel, we got in a car and we drove to Atlanta. Are you aware of this, Blaine?
I am aware of it. I saw the story. I saw it on the gram.
On the gram. Graham saw it first. The exclusive preview. Which actually turned into a wild 44-minute vlog. But we drove to Atlanta to get Monkey Kid sets early, and that was... Have you seen the vlog yet, Greg? I know you're saying...
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't had a chance.
I was hoping you'd watch it before. That's all right. But... I mean, we left so damn early. We get to the Legoland Center, and we're driving up there. It's like we could, like, there was always the chance that they could just not sell them to us when we got there, and we were like, we pondered that. And it's like, well, we've done all we can, right? Like, there's nothing else we could do after we call them, and they're like, yeah, we'll hold them for you, or we can sell them. Like, what else are you gonna say?
Well, that's why it was good that you thought of Atlanta Brick Co. Because even then, we would have still gone there.
Yeah, so we go up, we get the Monkey Kid sets. That's was nice, but that wasn't maybe the highlight of the trip to a lot of us because like you just went up and you got those at that store, which was a nice looking store, and I'll go back next time I'm in town. But the real highlight to me was the Atlanta Brick Co.
That place was awesome.
Blew me out of the water. I was not expecting how great it was. Like,
me neither.
It had so much stuff. It just had so much stuff, more stuff than I could have ever imagined seeing it at a third-party Lego store. It's bigger than any bricks and minifigs I had been in. I mean, it was...
I'll be honest, legit. I mean, well, we're probably never going to be in a situation like this again, God forbid, virus stuff, but I'm down to take another trip up there because that was fun as heck.
You can
know?
meet me up there. I'm going in June again probably. So not
In
just
June.
I'm going
Okay,
up,
okay.
I'm just
Oh yeah,
like,
because
to Georgia to stay for like a week or two and
Mhm.
relax while I still make videos every day because I'm a maniac. But yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that in Brickstar, and we're gonna try to get a meetup going. So yeah, that's the idea. But the Atlanta Brick Co. Have you ever been there, Blaine? I know you know the guy or you know the store and everything. But
Yeah, Chris is a great guy. He runs a really good business, and no, he's invited me to stop by the store, a couple times, and I have yet to been by. But I heard I've sold some stuff to him for the store and stuff, and um, I I heard it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a pretty big establishment from what I hear.
bigger
So
than I walked in and I was
wanna go
shocked.
by.
It was very expansive. They also had GI Joe Creo that I sent to Greg because I knew he'd been watching GI Joe and he just got one of the Creo things or something recently. I was like, oh, he needs to be here. He needs to get these. So put that on your summer list for when you get your camper van or whatever and you need to stop somewhere. That's a good place to stop. Shoot, what was I gonna say? He gave us the full tour, Blaine. We got to see the basement, the back room.
Really? You got the VIP
full
exclusive.
access. Yeah, he's just like, let's show all. Yeah, it was fascinating how much stuff they had though. It was, oh my god, it's a store worth going to multiple times because you can't do, like, we were there for what, 2.5 hours, Justin? Like, we were there for a long time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it was. They gave us
it was
a
worth
special.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us special treatment, even though to them we were just regular customers. So, oh man, it was awesome.
The kid behind the counter knew who I was, so I'm sure that didn't not help.
It's same here, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was
That's
like,
pretty cool though.
But and the other, like, fans showed up. Or there were some people there that knew who I was, just like shopping, and like one of them's like, I met you last year, and I'm like, where? He's like, yeah, I work at the Lego store, I guess the one nearby. I was like, oh, cool. And then someone else showed up, and they're like, yeah, I saw your Instagram story, and so I just came after work. I was like, that's nice. I found that one interesting, but yeah, you gotta go up, Blaine. It is so worth it whenever you get the chance.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to stop by there. I've been telling myself like, am I gonna be in Atlanta anytime soon for a Celtics Hawks game? Maybe I can stop by and
Not
see Atlanta
anytime
Brick Co.
soon.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
Definitely not.
I was thinking
this
about it
year.
earlier this year.
Maybe late next year if you're lucky. I would do that. Get it if it not in a 1-day trip though. I'm never doing that again. I'm getting a hotel or something or staying at, like, because the Georgia house, like 2 hours north of that, would be way better to not do it in 1 day. That was a lot of driving, but it was quite.
It was
the
an
experience.
adventure.
Yeah, and I look at it as like one of the things that like builds you as a person on YouTube. I guess, like, it's just like no one else has that story to tell. Like, it's really freaking cool like that to me. Even if
You got to do it with your friends. That's
Yeah.
fun.
I don't even know if it was worth it monetarily, but it was totally worth it to have the story.
No, yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I had fun being stuck in a car with you and Derek for many.
I was
many
surprised
hours.
you were so okay with the back seat of the Mustang. I
I was
was.
gonna ask you, Justin.
It was
fit in
not
the back.
bad.
Well, Derek wasn't originally gonna come, and then so I was like, all right, and then Derek decided he was gonna come, and I'm like, all right, well, Justin, you gotta sit in the back because Derek's taller, and Derek could not. He would not. He would have
Once I
died.
was the smallest one there.
I was just surprised you were all right with it. I would have not been all right with it myself. It is a
Were you able to sleep on the way
tight
there?
spot. Justin slept like
Yeah.
a little on the back end, I think.
Yeah, I slept on the way there. I think I got maybe like 15 minutes, and on the way
Yeah.
back, I got maybe like 45 in total. They were live streaming when I was sleeping, which was interesting.
We didn't live stream. We did a live.
You did on
chat.
Instagram.
No,
What
he did Did he live stream? He might.
What
have
is that like? I don't know
He
what
might
it's
have live
called. on
streamed. You're right.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes,
he did.
you're
He
live
did go
stream, yeah.
live. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that's
that
cool.
did happen. But yeah, we did
Yeah.
that. We were like.
I played
chatting with
I
people.
played a lot of Animal Crossing.
Wait, how did he hide your face though? If you were in the back?
It was dark.
Well, first off,
Oh,
I have an
okay.
insect head. I don't need to, but yeah, it was dark, and I was asleep, so I didn't. I didn't want to have a bad wake up face. So,
Right.
right? Yeah, that's exactly.
It was of no worry.
precise.
But
So there you go.
so we got.
Oh, wait.
Oh what?
First Chick-fil-A, bro.
Oh yeah, we went to the first Chick-fil-A, but it's just drive-through, so I don't know. It's not that exciting.
I know it was actually kind of lame.
park we
They didn't
sat
have their
in was
special menu
cooler.
because, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be a cool place to go and sit down when that's open again. But
Yep.
yeah, Monkey Kid in hand. Appraisal thoughts now. You didn't order any, Greg, right?
I haven't yet. I'm
Not
waiting
yet.
to hear what you guys have to say. I wanted the Mech. What are our thoughts on the Mech?
Wait.
Let me run to the
I
bathroom
was,
real quick. Justin, take the floor on the Mech.
oh, okay. I was going to predict that Ryan regrets buying them,
Okay,
but
go ahead. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I thought my thoughts on the mech. The Monkey King mech is like one of my favorite Lego mechs. I mean, I don't know much other mechs like it, and I can even say that with the Demon Bull King one. But it's so articulated, and it's so like instead of using pearl gold, they actually use metallic gold for most of the pieces.
Oh.
There's over like 100 metallic gold pieces or something like that, and the design of it again is very different because it's from this different culture, and I love it. And that's not the best part of the set because there's also this side build of a noodle shop and this apartment that I really love because it's like a very Asian styled building. And you know, Lego City does a lot of European and American style buildings or North America buildings. So we get kind of that Asian feel there. So I love that set, the Monkey King mech. It is pricey though. I think the more expensive sets are pricey, but they have a good value. Some of the cheaper sets though are lacking in value for the high prices they have.
Did you guys? What did you buy? Did you buy the whole entire wave, or you guys are splitting it up apparently, right?
Yeah. So I did buy I bought all of the wave except 2 sets because one of the sets I was looking for they didn't have, which is the one with the panda shop, and the other one was just a set I didn't care for. Ryan got that set I didn't care for, and then he got the ship and the food truck.
Okay.
So we both got it, but I said okay, I'll review that stuff later. So I basically got the whole wave, yeah. And then the two on Monday or whenever it released, I got the panda set, the panda store set with the truck or whatever, and then that's what I'm reviewing right now. And then on Monday, I think I got like the last set that I didn't really care for because there was a beach promo on Shop at Home, so I was like, okay, I'll just go for it because I want to do kind of like a full. I've never really done like a full wave review, and I kind of want to do like a full. Okay, here's the Monkey Kid theme. Let's see how it is and everything like that. So I ended up getting all the sets.
Nick on Planet Earth will text me say he's gonna do the same thing. Like,
Yeah, no,
you got some competition.
I know, no. He told me that. I was like, yeah, I'm doing that too.
Oh yeah,
So,
he's like, yeah, I'm getting a couple sets, and then he's like, yeah, I ordered a couple more sets, and he's like, yeah, I just bought them all. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like, oh, because rumor has it we're getting more this year. So
this year
in a couple months, maybe.
How long does it have to be until Nick can do a rewind on Monkey Kid?
He could do a fast forward. I don't know.
Fast forward,
something like that. But yeah, okay. So you said you thought I was gonna regret them, Justin.
Yeah, I feel like you regret them by how you were introducing this.
No, I could not be happier with the 3 sets that I bought. Even the third one that I kind of threw in as an afterthought, the Iron Bull Tank. Holy crap, that thing's actually really freaking good. And I am just blown away by these sets in a way that I haven't been in a while with non-Lego Star Wars stuff. It is amazing what they've put together here.
I'm glad you like them.
I really like them.
Testimonial
I
right
don't think
there.
I'm gonna buy
That's
more.
crazy.
I think I like the 3 that I have, and I'm good on Monkey Kid for now.
All right.
I don't want to become a Monkey Kid channel, but I was like, here's these 3 videos, and I'm done. I'm gonna do a worst to first on them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look at all the pictures of them, but I won't. I'm not gonna buy them all. That's too much. But oh my god, I don't know. They're so good. They're just so damn good.
I'm like, buy more then. Come
They're
on.
so fleshed out. I don't want the other ones though. I might get maybe the big Iron Man thing, Iron Tank. I don't know what the bigger one is.
Yeah, that's the panda one. The one I was.
The panda thing. Yeah, so that's the only one that maybe I would be interested in. Otherwise, but like the Iron Bull Tank, like the face of the tank is like a bull, and it's like a very nice mechanical bull. It's got like the horns and everything, and then it's got this like. Monkey Kid has the best integration of the 6 stud shooter, you know what I'm talking about, of any sets I've ever seen. So on the boat, it's kind of hidden up under the front of the boat, and you can pop it out from the boat and have it shoot studs. The Pigsy's food truck, it's literally built into a pig.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah.
I have no other words to talk about that. And then on the Iron Bull Tank, it's on this platform on the back end of the vehicle, and it can either be like on the higher point of the platform and shoot at whatever enemies. However, when you drop this platform down that's on the back, because it's kind of like a seesaw type of thing, there's like nuclear canisters that roll out of the front of the tank, and then it creates this open gaping hole where you can actually shoot more studs through if you want. Because you can't. That's...
You know what's weird? So the panda one, it like takes so many play features from throughout the theme and like puts it in this one tank. like the bigger one, the $120 one.
Right.
So like you just said, the whole has a stud shooter. They have that in there, and then they have some other ones from some other sets. Like they have this play feature from the Monkey King Mech and everything like that. So it's if you like that, I think you'll really like that bigger
The Red
120.
Inferno's Red Sun.
Yeah, Red Sun's truck. It's,
Oh yeah.
like
this may be
takes
the
a
other
lot.
I'm getting, dude.
Which one do you buy if you're literally staring at Lego's website and you're like, I need to buy one of these sets? Which one do you buy?
For once, I say don't buy the small one. That's
Pigsy's
probably one.
food truck or the boat.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Or the tank or the truck. Sorry. Or if you're,
I'd say
there's,
yeah.
there,
You get Pigsy's food truck, see how you like it, and then.
Okay.
Yeah, and I talked to people. I said this in my review. I thought it was funny. I was like, I talked to people in the food truck industry, and they told me that food trucks typically don't have giant pigs on top that shoot things, nor do they have giant grates and spikes coming out of the wheels. So this is not an accurate representation of a real life food truck.
It ruined the set for you.
Yeah, I might buy the Inferno truck then. I'm gonna wait for. I don't need it now, but when it's on sale or something, or there's a deal. I think this will be one on the list. Dude,
they have the beach buggy promo.
I don't
That
care.
is terrible.
You have any interest in the Monkey Kid, Blaine?
No, but they look great. I can't wait to part them out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like how different people in different worlds think about Lego sets. Like we have mock builders on there, like, oh, I see those pieces in there. I really need for my mocks. Then you get a person for Bricklink. They're like, I'm gonna part that thing out so hard.
And I'm
It's
just
just fun to, it's fun to see that.
Dad is gonna collect a ton of dust and look wonderful. So
They do.
yeah.
They are pretty great sets. So I when I saw them, they were very sharp. I thought
Yeah.
they were really well
I
done
guess
for
one of the
most part,
biggest
especially
gripe-
the larger sets.
Yeah, they've done a great job with this, and I'm really excited for the future of it. I hope they can continue this call. I think this is better than Hidden Side, and I really liked Hidden Side. I think this has a chance to be bigger than Hidden Side, and maybe part of that is because of the presentation of the box and stuff. But I get really excited looking at these. These are good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll buy more. Just buy one, Greg. Pick the 4. Do a vote poll on your Patreon and pick the one that most people voted for. That's what
Okay. I mean, Star Wars month is coming to an end very soon, so June is wide open. I need some things to do other than the Batmobile.
Yeah, get things wrong about Star Wars and Star Wars video month.
Hey, that's what I do here. I got to trigger the Star Wars
It was
fans.
funny. I
It's
was
my
watching
job.
the video today, and Clark's like, Rey, Luke, Padme. Like, no. It's Anakin.
It's fun. We have a good time with it. I make up Star Wars facts that aren't real, and
Oh,
people
yeah,
have
that's
a
the
good
good
time. Star Wars movies that don't exist.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, Ryan loves making fake Star Wars facts.
Justin, this
the
next
nice thing is
topic-
if you fake everything out, when you actually get something wrong, people think you're just joking about it. Like,
Exactly.
oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
This next
Those are-
topic, Justin. This is. Can I say this?
Let me
This
see.
doesn't seem wild. It was just something I kind of picked up on in conversation. And I was
No, yeah,
like,
you.
okay.
That's
Start over
interesting.
again.
So
Bring it up,
my
bring it up.
takeaway from some conversations I've had with Justin lately is that he is unwilling to spend big money on old Lego sets. So like we're talking about Diagon Alley, right? Because I just bought. We'll get to that later. But Diagon Alley, right, is the 2010 version, and that set's worth like
2011.
For 2011, sorry, I'll do the research before I review it. But I was looking at buying it, and I'm like, Justin, if you see this for like under $450, let me know. And he's like, all right, will do. I wouldn't buy it unless it was like $200. And I'm just like, are you unwilling to spend the market value for any set ever? Like, you'll only buy something if it's just like ridiculously cheap.
Yep.
I like your style.
That's me.
But,
yeah, that
like,
is, in a
can
way, I never, and I know
sorry.
Greg's the same way, but
Yeah.
I never really thought about this until recently. But yeah, that's true because I don't go when I want a set like an old set. I rarely do I buy the first listing I see. I don't even think I do.
That's ridiculous to do, I think. But like,
Well,
what's
that's
the
the first listing.
I
No,
see his point. A part of it is the hunt. It's finding that deal,
Exactly.
being proud of it, and getting it for
What's-
something less than what it should go
What's
for.
the most
That's
you've ever spent on a
crazy
Lego
money.
set?
The most it's probably Ghostbusters HQ at regular retail. I don't think I've spent more than $350 on like an eBay purchase ever.
We're gonna go next time we're at the Lego store. We are gonna hook you up.
I'm thinking. I mean, yeah, the biggest
but-
I own is ISD, but that one I didn't even pay. for.
Ryan,
Yeah.
he's been desensitized to this after he's buying these $1,300 sets.
just
He looks
swipe,
at a $500
swipe
set
the
like
card.
it's
But here's how I see it.
leverage
Here's how I see it.
Lego.
Because Ryan will spend that on that, but I will spend $1,300 on a bunch of small sets that are old. Like,
Sure.
if you look at my hauls, I mean, I don't like adding up how much I spend on those, but it must be a lot.
Like, you did it for like 3 episodes, and you're like, well, who saving money?
Well, yeah, no, that was a whole patrol. That was different. That was, and that's the whole reason. This year, so last year, I did not spend more than $100 on old Lego sets per month. So this year, I've been kind of going crazy and spending like $2,000, $1,000, $2,000 on old sets and putting these hauls and everything.
But
it's like,
so my thing is just like
I'm pulling back recently.
There's just never a set like the UCS Millennium Falcon. You like the old one. You would never buy that unless you saw it for like $300 sealed.
Yep.
Like you just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But there's not a set like that. Like to me, it's just like I want that set really bad. Here's a decent deal on it below market value at $1,300. Done. You would. There's not a set where you'd be like, oh, this usually goes for $400, but here it is for $350. Done. It's got to be
there
like
has to be, Justin. You are such a hardcore collector that there has to be a set that you would be like, if you could get it for like it's an $800 set, you get it for $500, you would do it, right?
For me, anytime I see 300, my mind just goes off. Like it's like
it's so
this is not a good deal. That's I probably miss good stuff.
Man.
I used to have that same philosophy. I used to be like, if I could get a video game console for as much or less than what a Lego set's worth, I would. It's too much for that set, but I've sort of eased up on that a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, that was something I noticed, and I was like, huh.
That's why I haven't gotten the haunted house, because I never see it on sale. Like I mean, I guess if it's at 300, I probably would buy it, but I've never seen anything lower than 300 or 350. When I see that 300, it turns me off of buying. Like I wouldn't buy it. But like,
I'm surprised you just don't bite the bullet like I feel like I do.
Well, yeah, I don't. But recently, I will say this, because back in the day when I started buying old, like summer 2016 was when I really started doing these big hauls of old sets and everything. I wouldn't buy stuff over $60 or $70. Then it was like over $100. Recently, I won't buy stuff over $250 because I did like the Avatar Temple for $211, the Blacksmith Shop for $211. Or 200. I don't know why I said 211 twice. That hospital set from last week for 200. But yeah, once it's like 300, then my mind just says it's not a good deal, and I just don't look at it.
It's just a matter of time. Then next year it'll be 300. Next year's 500.
Exactly.
I don't buy anything for
more than
$1,000.
I don't lift a finger for a $500 Lego set.
Exactly.
That's why that was something I picked up, and I thought would be interesting to chat about because I wanted to know more. And now
yeah. I'm thinking though, there has to be like, again, if the haunted house is a set I love, but I don't think it's a good deal at $300. It probably is, but I just wouldn't spend $300 on that. Like, I get, if I saw UCS Falcon, I guess I would for $300. It's not a set I really want,
but I mean, $300, you have to.
Exactly, it's like an unbelievable deal. I'll be honest, I might even just hit you up and say, "Here, buy it." I probably would skip on it.
I don't need another one. I mean, I would. Well, if I ever see one for $300, I'm reselling it. If I did get it, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'll take the $1,000.
Oh, I will say this. Okay, actually, Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge. Those I will buy for. I think I best offered them recently for $300.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it
didn't work out. But if I saw those, yes, I would buy those.
Yeah, get blocked by the owners of those accounts.
I'm waiting for you to freaking purchase that.
At some point, I'm gonna crack, and I'll just be like, all right, $550, done.
Yeah, I'll maybe even the Town Hall modular building, because that one I never see under like 500 now. It's ridiculous.
All right, we got some news to go over real quick. Blaine, you spent decent money on sets. You have the Tower of Orthanc. I know that.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you got some stuff.
Surprisingly, that hasn't jumped in like a really high value.
Yeah.
But it's a really awesome set. You've seen it in person. It's pretty cool. I don't know why you don't need to. Like you need to add some Lord of the Rings stuff to your collection.
I did. That's what I bought at Atlanta Brick Co. We'll go watch my vlog after this. I started. I was like, at some point in the next year or so, I'm gonna start rewatching this, and I'm gonna want these, and that's why I bought them. Mm-hmm. So I've started that. So I'm working there. You'll see, because I'm getting into other themes now. So not that I haven't been for quite a while, like with Harry Potter and stuff. I just a little bit more into the historical themes, like Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings in the future. So yeah.
Orthanc is great.
You have expensive taste.
I do. It's unfortunate. Some Mario suits, which I don't actually care about at all. Like, these look bad, honestly, to me. Like, the coloring doesn't match anything, and I don't know. I mean, I don't need these. I won't buy these if I do end up getting any of this Mario stuff. I don't find it appealing. I don't know about you
Someone
guys.
told me today that the pre-order is back up. No
Oh, it
promo.
is?
with it, though.
No promo.
Yeah.
Well.
I want that promo.
I don't think you're getting the promo. You could go on
I'm not.
eBay and buy like a guaranteed pre-order, confirmed pre-order.
In hand.
Yeah, in hand. Oh man.
In hand 5 months from now.
Yeah, right.
But so the Mario outfits. I mean, so you're not a fan of it, all right?
So it's just the outfit. You don't get the actual Mario with it, right?
course
Because he's the
not.
one.
Yeah, no.
$10
Okay.
each.
For that.
Parting these out, Blaine.
Probably not. I mean,
Blaine's
no,
never
I
gonna
mean,
make money on those, dude.
the
If that's
Mario outfit
$10,
looks like Duplo.
my God.
You know, it's like, what are you?
I've seen
What
older
they're
who's
really
gonna buy
putting out
these,
on
though.
masonry brick.
Okay.
The Nintendo collectors are gonna come out for these. I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably not wrong. I do kind of like the Mario hat with the propeller on top. That's kind of cute, but everything else I am not very high on.
I like the Fire Mario one. That one looks the best, but like the
Yeah.
Mario propeller hat and the cat one, they don't go fully like around him, which I understand why, but like it just doesn't look right to me as like a Mario purist.
Right.
and-
How are these not like $3.99?
Well, it comes with the
Big
little...
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. They
it's
could
a
be
big piece.
cheaper.
How many pieces are
It's probably like 5 or 6.
there? Okay. Ouch.
But that big
Alright.
chunk of hat and torso. To me though, I was under assumption these would like unlock a new game mode, and they kind of advertise it as that, but it's not really. You just get extra coins and it makes more sounds. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I love the other Lego Mario stuff. I know I'm in the minority there, but even these I'm not really on. But, yeah.
Yeah, they're not for me, and I won't be buying them unless they're on clearance.
Which one would you, if you were to receive one for free, if somebody said pick one and I'll buy it for you, which one would you?
Just to get the propeller hat, the propeller one. Just for the hat. Yeah, that's it. I don't know about y'all.
Dude, I'm just hoping Nintendo and Lego can survive this stuff to get to the good stuff that really makes the money and people
Right.
want.
Fair enough. Oh, we can't show this, but the green Lambo. So this is Greg. Greg's all over this, I think.
Yeah.
The Cyan FKP 37. It's a Technic expert whatever Lamborghini, and it's green.
It's over $300 to Justin's out. No minifig.
It's funny because I got one of these. I got the Bugatti.
Oh, well, I know a guy who's looking for a Bugatti.
I'm trying to get Ryan to sell me his, but he's thinking he might build it someday down the line. So
If it was this one, because I don't think this one's, I think this one's kind of ugly, I would have sold this to you. But I find the Bugatti somewhat appealing, so
okay.
yeah.
Well,
That's
blue's
the
a pretty
difference.
color.
Yeah, this green.
No,
is
I like this. I'm gonna be talking more about this, but the price point on these are tough to swallow. You do get a lot of build out of it, but I'm also into RC trucks and stuff, and I can get like a really awesome RC truck for a good bit less money than this thing and get a lot more use out of it. You know?
That makes sense.
I know that's tough to say to a bunch of Lego people, but it's like it's the truth.
Fair enough. I mean, are you Blaine? You're not this into cars, are you? I know you like mod your car.
No,
but...
I do think they look good, but I think they mess up with the color selection. Like the Porsche, like that was
Oh,
orange.
the white. Oh, the orange one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
need to
big
know
one.
what's going on by that headlight up there. You see where like that it's that black area? It looks like a shadow. Is there actually some pieces in there, or is that just a hollow spot?
It's hard to
Because
tell with this picture.
that'd be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
That'd be
know
a
why
real
they
problem
choose
if that was
just
just
such,
hollow.
you know, colors that like I always like red, white, black. Those type of cars are so much more, I don't know, elegant, I guess, than they're choosing like orange and green.
I mean, it's exotic colors for exotic cars. I guess that's kind of the vibe they're trying to give there, but
Yeah, this color actually works for the Lambo, I think, because that's just the way they are. But
yeah.
I don't know. Some of it like it comes down to how much value are you getting out of the set? Are you going to get $350 or $380 worth of enjoyment out of this? And some people would say yes. For me, like it's kind of debatable, you know.
I mean, every real life Lamborghini owner is gonna buy one.
Sure.
I mean, that's like a gas tank fill up for them. So
Yes.
That's easy. We also got some minifig packs though. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You could buy 1,000 of these, or you could get a real Lambo. Totally up to you.
I'd take the 1,000, resell them in 5 years, and then I can get 2
There you go.
Lambos.
Blaine, there's your business plan right there.
Oh, definitely.
How much money do you have saved right now? I think you could pull this off.
Yeah, we could. I could help you with the Lego store. I'll bring disguises. We'll just change out. We just change our mask out. We don't even have to like change anything else because you're required to wear a mask at Disney Springs right now. So
Yeah, then we can both get a Lambo, Ryan, drive him up. Brick Fair.
Oh man, that'd be wild. Moving on though, some minifig packs. I'll probably get the Harry Potter one, but I don't really care for the Avengers one. Although I do recognize that apparently the Falcon figure in there is new and exciting for some people. I just not too hot on that one for me.
Yeah. For both of these packs, the Harry Potter one is good for people who want to expand their Hogwarts because you get one torso of each of the houses. And also there's an exclusive Marauders map inside there, which we haven't gotten a print of that since 2004. What's weird, though, is that they put Cho Chang as the exclusive figure in this set, and we already got her in the CMF series, actually with an identical face print. However, the alternate face is new, but as a whole, I just feel like they could have put a new character. We do get a new character of Hannah Abbott, but there's no new prints there, and she actually shares a print of another character from the Harry Potter line, which was Fleur. So I don't know. The Avengers one, though, I think the exclusive Falcon is the part that everybody's getting it for. Everything else, though, I don't really care about the AIM soldiers personally. And the Black Widow figure comes in at least 2 sets in the summer. Count 3 if you count the Black Widow movie one. The torso is different from the Black Widow movie, though, so take that as you may.
Yeah. The art, it's nice that they gave arm printing, I guess, for the Black Widow.
Yeah, it's one of the more expensive sets, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining because like I know a lot of people can't get the more expensive sets.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
The Harry Potter one is
I don't know.
Almost unexciting to me because the torsos are also similar, but I do see that they're the different house torsos, so I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because that was something I didn't recognize right away, and I'm like, oh yeah. So it's called the Hogwarts Student Pact. Which, fun fact, back in I hope I can reveal this. So like in the rumor lists I read last year, these were listed as brickheads. So we were like, there's a Hogwarts student brickheads coming. So I thought it was going to be like a Go Brick Me or something like that. I was like a Falcon and Black Widow brickheads. Oh, weird choice. Okay.
Go Brick Me or whatever is so underrated. What a set.
Yeah, I think Lego kind of killed that one because like they had it for like a few months and that was it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It was something that was such a good concept, but whatever.
We'll leave the next topic off. We're gonna save that for when we eventually have Brickstar on, because that's one. Ooh, that's a good one. Greg moved to Twitch for good, I think. Did we talk about this last week?
No, it wasn't a thing. I don't think so. My gaming stuff. I just my streams are now on Twitch because I got a new MacBook and I can't get the YouTube stuff to work with the software that I'm using. So I was like, well, let me try Twitch. It worked flawlessly. So I changed my names over there, and I'm just streaming on Twitch and putting highlights on YouTube like every other gamer does.
Gamer Attacked, right?
Gamer Attacked. Yeah, I just went with the branding. So
I like the Attacked thing. That's a nice.
Like just
different...
to like just to everything, everything.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Like you got to go off of that.
Yeah.
So. It was either going to be that or Greg's World of Games, but I feel like that was a little too long. So we went Gamer Attack.
You definitely want to try to keep it short and catchy for some people.
And when I did a Google search on that, there wasn't one listing for Gamer Attack. So I was like, okay, we got this. So I got all the names everywhere. And...
Oh, that's good. I was going to say, did you get a 16-inch MacBook Pro? Is that what you got?
Yeah, I got it out.
Oh, you said how much does that cost? It's already expensive. Yeah, I was gonna say
it was expensive to start out with, but it was like I'm gonna use this for like the next 5 or 6 years probably, so I'm gonna go all in on it.
That's fair. I'm ready for the full. Good, sorry.
I did like just a ton of research and trying to figure out like what the best stuff is and what I want. And I watched all these videos and I was like, okay, I've got it nailed down, and I got it through B&H. I signed up for their credit cards, so they essentially pay for the sales tax. Because Pennsylvania, you have sales tax B&H, which is unfortunate. And then when you pay the credit card off, which I'm going to do, It's just the cost of the product. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Florida, I just order it and don't pay sales tax, and it's wonderful. So that's
It
nice.
used to be that way, but Pennsylvania was like, hey, I think we'd kind of like to get some money, so let's do this.
I found out recently that some people are paying sales tax on their eBay orders, and I'm just like, that is ridiculous. Because
dude, I got a message that Patreon is going to start charging sales tax in certain states because they have to. These states are they need their money apparently.
Yeah, because the thing with eBay is ridiculous to me because anyone selling anything on eBay already paid sales tax on it when they bought it, right?
Yes.
To me, that is just pants on head retarded that you have to pay sales tax on that item. That is just
Pennsylvania
ridiculous.
is one of those states. I have to pay sales tax on eBay now as well.
Move to Florida. You should have moved to Florida.
I should have
had the opportunity, and you squandered it.
Yep. All I have to do is get divorced and leave my son here, and I'm good to go.
That doesn't seem like it's too hard to do. You just got to do it.
Small sacrifice for the good weather and saving some sales tax, I think.
You just have to pay child support, which, I mean, it can't be that much.
If you were living on your own, you could live in a Lego room.
Paying child support's for losers. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Even better, you could just bring Clark with you, and then Mrs. Bricklink could pay the child support.
That's a great idea.
That's the smart move.
That may be considered kidnapping, though. I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
I might have to look into that.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I think there's lots of teaching jobs in Florida, though, so we could pull it off. I just need to convince her.
They do have schools here. Contrary to popular belief. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So final topic here for Blaine 2. Any Lego eBay deals and recent buys other than Monkey Kid, obviously? Anything crazy you guys get?
I'm looking. Let me see. I mean, this week I've been trying to lay low because I've been going crazy. Oh yeah, okay. Oh fudge, I did get a crazy one. I forgot about this. I got the Mer People set like 2 days ago for $168. Yeah,
that's a investment.
I know. I mean, eBay. I mean, it was basically Bricklink price without shipping. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll bite. I always wanted it, but it's the cheapest I've seen on eBay. So
Yeah,
you guys are right about having to look all the time because I just look casually. You kind of inspired me. I'm like, I'm gonna go on there and look and see if I can find something, and there was literally nothing to be had.
No, you have to be a filthy addict to get good deals on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole show, I checked it a couple times already.
You can't just go on once and be like, hey, there's this awesome set for cheap. You have to be there all the time looking.
Shoot. Okay, wait. Lego 1775 for 190.
Oh, he's doing it right now.
I'm doing the research right now.
I just
I've never
refreshed my
seen this
Lego
on
Star Wars
here.
page. Gotta see.
Oh shoot. Okay, 150 on.
Are you
Bricklink. Okay,
are
not
you
worth
a
it, not worth it.
eBay crackhead too, Blaine?
Not really. I mean, every now and then I'll get on there and go crazy. Recently, though, on eBay, I got the 5% eBay bucks offer, so bought a lot of Action Battle of Indoor Assaults just for the Scout Troopers because those guys are amazing, and I was picking them up for $16 to $20 a piece, which is pretty good, and I don't have to pay sales tax on it, so that's nice. You get 5% back. And then I bought a ton of Hagrid huts because those are really good for part out value, and I found a lot of those through eBay. So I've been doing a little bit on eBay here and there, and then really cheap Grand Admiral Thrawn poly bags too for like $8, $8 to $10 that I've seen.
Admiral Yularen.
Yularen, yeah.
I was like Thrawn.
Yeah,
Thrawn wasn't a poly bag.
I was looking at Thrawn earlier. I guess he's still on my mind. He is my favorite character in Star Wars, so he's very close to my heart. But yeah, Yularen poly bags. I've picked up some of those for fairly cheap, which I think is a great poly bag. So
yeah, not bad.
Some Star Wars stuff.
I ended up buying a UCS Millennium Falcon for $15. However, that listing apparently was a scam, so it got removed, and now I gotta get my money back. So didn't.
Oh, you hooked me up with the AT hauler.
I did. I sent you
Yeah.
that. And then I did the bite the bullet thing. I told Justin, I'm like, if you see this under 450, it was the Diagon Alley, because there's apparently a new Diagon Alley coming out later this year. So I was like, I want to get the original Diagon Alley and do all that, and then have it for when the new one comes out to do a comparison of.
Ryan, there's a new Diagon Alley coming out this year. Wait, what?
This is news to me. And,
okay, I've never heard that. You just said it. Okay, news to me. All right.
That's the rumor. I don't know. Is it? I didn't come up with it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway.
Whoa. Okay, I'm hyped. Okay.
Anyway.
That's an exclusive reveal.
This is awkward.
Is this not out there?
there's a new Diagon Alley coming out later this year. No way.
You're like on replay.
I've heard about it.
That's
something I've heard about.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I didn't
Is
just
it?
come
Okay,
up
okay,
with
okay.
this.
Maybe it
It's
is.
not-
Okay, I don't know.
You didn't
I'm
tell
not
me
coming
about
here
it.
denying it. Okay, yeah, no. I'm
That's
just saying. Whoa. Well, okay, maybe it is. Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
I gotta
that's
report on that then.
the
Jeez.
rumor. Give me
Making a
credit.
video now.
You just found out through me, clearly as evidence through the chat we just had, where you doubled down on there's a new one coming out. I better get all the credit.
All right, I'll
I'm
credit
kidding,
you.
I'm
Okay.
kidding. You don't have to. But yeah, so I bought the old one for $454 sealed. I bit the bullet. I was just like, sometimes I don't want to f around with it. I just want to buy it because I gave an offer to this guy and he gave me a reasonable offer back. I'm like, all right, done deal. You know, so I just sometimes I don't want to screw around with it and try to get sets for super cheap. Unlike Justin, I won't. But you know, there's the times when you do get them super cheap and it feels great. Like, because those are the ones that you're usually not looking for. They'll just kind of happen. Like, it's hard to just look for something and make it happen when you're looking for it. But yeah, sometimes you just take the like low end of market value price and you're like, that's good enough for me. So, yeah.
You've been going crazy, Ryan.
I have, and I have not looked at my bank account, so maybe I'll do that tonight. I'm not even kidding. It's out of sight, out of mind. I know I don't have zero though, so I think
You know
I'm
what?
good.
You're like a drug addict, but it's okay because you have enough money to keep the addiction going. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
Like,
sad. We
more or
have
less.
enablers who are our viewers.
Yeah. Like being a drug addict or
Terrible
whatever is only a
people.
problem when you run out of money or your health goes bad. In this case, your health's not going to go bad, and you may not run out of money, so it's always going to be okay.
You may not. As long as YouTube keeps going, it's insane how crazy cool YouTube is. But yeah, to me, it's almost an investment as well. It's like I can make a kick-ass video. I want this set anyway. I want to have it all for the completion of it at some point. So may as well. And here we are. So that should show up this week, hopefully, by the end of it's tomorrow maybe. No, probably Friday. But yeah, looking forward to it. I don't know.
That's cool.
Final topic. Anyone see the H3 Keemstar video?
Oh, this was your time.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's throw it in here. I thought it was.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
I know Greg's an H3 fan. Did you? Or
I'm a
at least in
fan.
the podcast.
I didn't get a chance to watch it though,
Oh
so
my
you
God.
can spoil it for me. It's
No,
fun.
you need to watch this. It's called
juicy.
Content Nuke. It's a
Team-
step
Yeah.
above Content Cop. Yeah.
Oh, shoot, to hear that from you.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
H3 hasn't. Well, that's what it's titled as. That's
Yeah,
fine.
no. I mean, I thought you meant quality.
I don't know. It's all the same kind of stuff. It was very good quality wise too. But
I thought it was.
I will say it's because they haven't uploaded videos on their channel like this in a while. If that makes sense. Like they don't. They just do the podcast. So it's really cool to see
Yeah.
them make a video and one so
Exactly.
well fleshed out. I was like, yeah, damn, yeah, you should watch that, Greg, and Blaine as well if you haven't had the pleasure. Content Nuke on H3.
I actually watched a
Keemstar.
video of a kid that destroyed H3. Just like pretty much shot him down on like all the stuff that he does and
Okinaru's or which one?
yeah, that was really an epic video that he did.
That was a good one too. And after that, that's when like I started falling out as a fan from them. But I think this most recent one was interesting.
What was the video?
Goku Naru is the
It's
guy's name.
that's a really good one. I mean,
I
think
actually
there's
like
some
the whole
bad
kid's
skits
channel. I
ever.
watched like almost all of his videos and I'm like, dude, this kid can make some really good content.
There you go.
It's Goku Naru. Is his name.
Okinaru.
115,000 subs.
Yeah, he's doing well for himself. But he pretty much destroyed H3 in this video, and I was like, wow, okay. You got a point there on a lot of things.
Is it called A Message to Ethan Klein, Life After Death?
No, you know what? The video that he made actually, I think, got taken down, so I had to watch it on someone else's channel because it got taken down for harassment right after H3 met with Susan, the CEO of YouTube. Just
That's
like,
the whole conspiracy.
yeah, just like I
And
did,
what's-
it got taken down. Oh.
What's even curious is I don't think H3 has ever addressed that video. Has he addressed the other
I
video
don't
by?
know.
No,
I,
he didn't address it as far as I know. So.
Yeah, he addressed the one by some ordinary gamers, which was whatever. But yeah, so it's very interesting. I was actually going to say, here's another topic. Okay, how about this? They announced that the Joe Rogan podcast is moving exclusively to Spotify. Are we going to move
Spotify.
exclusively to Spotify? Are they going to make a deal with us?
The
You know,
phone
Is it
lines are
really?
Open.
yeah,
Yes.
but this is something that's just interesting to me. Like, what do you think about that, Greg? Like, you had a reaction there. So, what do you think? Is that a good move, or is that not a good move by Joe?
I guess I'm looking at it like I watch like the highlight clips. I don't watch the whole podcast. I watch. Yeah, if something catches my eye, I'm like, I'm gonna watch that because I love his podcast.
Yeah.
And is it just going to be the podcast is streamed there and then it's going to filter out to YouTube, or is he just done on YouTube?
Yeah. So what he's going to do is he's still going to have highlights on YouTube,
Okay.
but the podcast is going to stream and everything exclusively on Spotify.
Okay,
So
that's not going to negatively affect me too much, but dude, I'll tell you, that's a lot of viewership because the one time I went into his stream when it was live, there was like 33,000 people watching it.
Oh yeah, I mean he's one of the biggest YouTube channels, and I think this is going to take a big dip, but the rumor has it this was over 100 million.
I mean, yeah, it's like Ninja going.
Oh my god,
he probably got a ton of effing money.
At that point, it's just like, you know, I guess if he's even peaked right now, you know, that's all he's set for life. I mean, even on top of what he does with comedy.
I mean, he's already set for life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a ridiculous amount. And you know, Spotify, 10 million would probably get the job done. Just saying. So
is he still going to be on Apple Podcasts then? He's done with that
that's
thing.
The thing.
Nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think wasn't this what I mean? I wasn't too familiar with it, but I do like his stuff. So I think Howard Stern did this with Sirius Radio, and that kind of killed the Howard Stern fan base. Like it dwindled it. And so the same will probably happen with this, honestly. But at that point, it's like you're making like if you're doing it for the money, there's that. I know he has passion in it, and apparently they'll still let him say what he wants. But you know,
it's weird for me. Like you mentioned Spotify, and it was weird for me to think that I watch everything that he does on YouTube. But really, Apple Podcasts is probably the number one place that people find him. Like with my podcast, I think like half the people are on Apple Podcasts, then a smaller percentage are on Spotify, but that makes up like 90%. So you figure like if his stuff is probably similar to that, half of his audience is probably either going to not be listening or they're probably more likely to move to Spotify because he is a guy that could draw people in like that, you know?
Yeah, I see. I didn't know that Apple Podcast was such a big thing, but
yeah, for sure.
It's wild.
But yeah, so now it's just going to be on Spotify. So it's like,
and I know when you go to like the top podcasts, like he's number 2 right now under top shows.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so the number 2 top show on Apple Podcasts is no longer going to be there.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It's crazy.
He should have called Tim Cook up and been like, "Hey man, how much money do you have right now?"
Tim, we know you got something offshore.
I mean, he's always been like, you know, have the podcast free to everybody as much as everywhere as possible. It's still going to be free apparently, even with Spotify. But
Spotify just wants people on their platform. I mean, that's
exactly. Apparently they're expanding their podcast because they brought out another podcast network or something like that. They're trying to be the podcast app.
I mean, everyone in the Lego space could use Spotify if we were there.
There you go. I mean, that might be the next move.
Episode 100. That's the real move. Anyway, is that all?
I mean, on my end, yeah.
All right. Blaine, where can people find you?
Instagram. You can usually get in touch with me there pretty well. But
Bricklink
as well, of course.
Bricklink. Yeah, Blaine's World on Bricklink and Instagram.
Yeah.
And then your YouTube channel, Blaine's World Breaks, for your sports card. we didn't even talk about that. So yeah, that's another thing if people are interested in sports cards.
That's just a fun hobby that I do. But yeah, I have a hobby in sports cards as well. It's pretty fun. I just kind of collect on the side. So
yeah, it's always nice to have that second thing. Because to me, like, Lego has always been a hobby, but like, I guess I don't really have a true hobby anymore, if that makes sense. So like having that as a secondary thing would be
definitely
nice.
I mean, running a Lego business, you definitely treat it like a business. Just like you know, you run your YouTube channel, you know, I would assume as a business.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have something else that you kind of fall back on for fun.
All right. Well, guys, check out Blaine. Link down below. Greg and Justin, any final words?
No, it was fun.
All right.
Enjoyable.
That's been episode 93. We'll see you next week.